Hey guys, it's the Loud Guys. Today we are going to watch 12 geography facts about US no one told you about. So I have seen a lot of geography related videos of USA and I think so you haven't watched.
I haven't, but yes, I was good in geography when I was in school.
Yeah, but these are some insider facts.
Right.
So I don't think so.
I never knew about.
Yeah, I was also good. I was more good in history. Rather than...
Even I liked history. History and geography was nice.
Yeah, because the thing was I like to learn a lot about stories and how people did it.
Right.
And I was fascinated by each and every character, even Hitler and Stalin, how their brain worked and everything.
Hitler was another epic person.
Yeah, they did very bad things, but yes, it was interesting to know how their brain worked and how cruel they were.
Right.
So now we are going to see about the geography facts about USA, and it is going to be a very interesting video because you guys have recommended us.
So when Parvam told me about this video and when I came to know that it's from Brightside, I even got excited because Brightside is something very famous, very popular, and whatever they make is something useful and valuable. So I'm really excited. I want to know what is there so I can boost it in front of my friends that all these things you didn't know but I know. So let's watch it, let's dive into it.
Yes, and even the shots of Brightside are very popular.
Right.
Nowadays. So let's watch this video.
The U.S. enjoys some very impressive statistics. 50 states, 325.7 million people, 14,146 McDonald's restaurants.
14,000 McDonald's.
And some truly wacky geography facts. Get ready because some of these geographic anomalies can be mind-boggling. Keep watching to learn which site to visit if you want to be in 4 places at once, how Americans can be trapped in Canada, and how everyone on Earth could fit into the state of Texas. And don't forget to click the subscribe button and turn on notifications to join us on the bright side of life.
Suffice into it.
Something interesting.
Coming down from number 12. Buildings in New York have their own zip codes.
Wow.
Manhattan is one of the most densely populated areas in the world. It is so unbelievably crowded that there are over 200 zip codes in Manhattan alone. And there are over 40 buildings that are large enough to have their own zip codes.
This is very interesting.
The Empire State Building, the General Motors Building, the Chrysler Building, Park Avenue Plaza, and the MetLife Building are some of the lucky few that can claim their own zip code. Number 11. Alaska is everywhere. Alaska is the westernmost, easternmost, and northernmost state. Wait, what? If you look at a two-dimensional map, it makes immediate sense for it to be the westernmost and northernmost. But how could it be the easternmost? Just take a look at the globe.
Okay.
As you can see, Alaska is pretty close to Russia. The state stretches so far west that it reaches into the eastern hemisphere. So, if you want to experience the northern, western, and eastern hemispheres, simply head to Alaska. Just make sure you bring a really warm jacket. Number 10. You can walk from the U.S. to Russia. Walking from California, Oregon, or Washington to Russia would be impossible unless you have magic powers that allow you to walk on water. But it's a very real possibility from Alaska.
Oh, yeah.
How come?
During the winter, the small area between Alaska and Russia freezes over. In the middle of the Bering Strait are 2 islands. Big Diomede is part of Russian territory, and Little Diomede is part of Alaskan territory.
How
The distance between the two is just 2.4 miles.
4 kilometers.
Okay.
Technically, you can walk from Little Diomede to Big Diomede, or from the US to Russia, and tell all your friends about how you visited another country.
Nice.
If you do decide to brave the freezing cold for this trip, just know that it can be a dangerous journey that isn't really recommended.
No.
That isn't
But
Number
I
9.
can be a risk taker.
Canada in California.
Canada in California?
The population of Canada is 36.7 million.
That is it?
But California still houses more people than the entire country of Canada.
Right.
California is the most populated state in the US, with 39.5.
That's why Canada takes in all the Punjabis.
Right.
Because it does not have any population of its own. very few people. And the thing is, Canada, on the most of the part of the Canada is not usable because of too much winter. And only the lower parts like Vancouver, Brampton, and these are the cities, Toronto, these are the cities that are most useful for them. So in those cities, how many can they fit? And like as many Punjabis can
But
come.
why is it only Punjabis? I don't understand.
I think so. We love like cold and everything, so we just love Canada. So similarly, like
it
how
has become your meeting point.
yeah, and similarly how Gujaratis and Patels love USA.
Right.
So it is similar to them. So they might like that hot and humid climate of US, and we like all that cool and that climate of Canada.
So, but I don't think USA is all cool because New York, for example, it's so cold there.
Yeah, it is a mixed bag kind of a thing. But
Yeah.
yes, Canada is
Canada
cold
is
throughout.
Extreme, yeah, exactly.
Throughout the year.
I won't be able to survive in Canada, but yes, USA is a good place to stay in.
But it looks cool.
Yeah.
Canada.
million people. It's followed by Texas, Florida, and New York in that order. If being around too many people isn't your preference, then Vermont or Wyoming might be for you, as they're some of the least populated states.
Oh. We Indians cannot say anything about
Number
population.
8, the longest river in the U.S.
Mississippi.
9.
The Mississippi
No, Nile
River
is in
spans 2,348 miles. That's like the distance from Albuquerque, New Mexico to Boston, Massachusetts.
I know
Mississippi
it's a
is the
flavor in
third
Baskin
largest
Robbins.
watershed and the fourth longest river in the world. It would take 90 days for a drop to travel from the beginning of the river to the end.
Oh.
It's that long.
Such a big
Nice.
river.
And its size isn't the only amazing thing about this river. It's home to 360 species of fish, 326 species of birds, 145 species of amphibians, and 50 species of mammals. The river is also the daily source of water for 62 cities in the United States, keeping around 18 million Americans well hydrated.
I feel so knowledgeable.
Number
of
7,
this.
the shortest river in the world.
Shortest river.
The
also.
U.S. can boast about being home to the 4th longest river in the world, but it also has the smallest. The Roe River is located in
How is that a
Montana,
river?
and it's just 201 feet
60
long.
meters.
It's about 1.25 times the size of an Olympic swimming pool.
Yeah.
The Guinness World Records had it down as the shortest river in the world until they discontinued the category. This little river is like a small oasis surrounded by grounds that are
Exactly.
perfect for picnicking and rocking views.
But
Where is it exactly?
But how is that a river? I
That
don't
is why they discontinued it, no?
But-
they removed it from the
No,
category.
they removed the category itself. Like, but the thing is, like, how is that a river? Because a river, I think, so should like come from the mountain or originate from somewhere.
This
and
is like
then,
an oasis.
and even then, it should like even if it is originating from oasis, then it should fall into a sea. So that is what the main characteristic of a river. But it does
This
not
looks
do
like a
anything.
swimming pool.
Yeah. So and 60-meter swimming pools are bigger than this.
Right.
I don't know.
Number 6, the longest coastline.
Yeah. We know.
Which state do you think has the longest coastline? Top contenders would be Texas, Florida, and California. But it's Alaska. again.
Alaska, yes, the mountain up there.
The Alaskan coastline covers
You're actually good at
6,640 miles and is actually longer than the coastline for the rest of the states combined.
Wow.
So, if you love the
10,000
cold sea and
kilometers.
frozen beaches, Alaska is the place to be.
Frozen beaches.
Number 5, the tallest
You are-
mountain in the world.
Tallest mountain. No, it's
Yes,
in
Mount
Nepal.
Everest is the tallest mountain in the world, with an elevation of 29,029 feet above sea level.
Yeah,
But technically, the tallest mountain is part of the United States.
technically.
Mauna Kea in Hawaii is an
Mauna Kea.
enormous mountain that's about 33,500 feet tall. So, why is Mount Everest considered the tallest
Yes,
and not
simple.
Mauna Kea? It's because half of Mauna Kea is hidden under the sea. Mauna Kea is the highest mountain from base to peak. To make things a little more impressive,
This is scary.
Mauna Kea is also a dormant volcano, which last
Dormant
erupted about
volcano?
4,000 years ago. Let's just hope this massive volcano
Never
remains
enough.
dormant.
Yeah.
Number 4, Point Roberts, America or Canada.
Oh.
Point Roberts is United States territory, part of Whatcom County, Washington. The small territory is a geographic anomaly since it can only be accessed by boat from the United States. If you need to go in by land, you'll need to head in through Canada.
Oh.
For Washington residents living there, it must be baffling to live with a Washington zip code in a location that's basically inside
US.
British Columbia. To attend the nearest high school, students must go through 4 border crossings.
Oh.
But the residents seem to like the border crossings as they provide a lot of security. As long as the residents can keep track of whether they're American or Canadian, Point Roberts seems to be a nice, secure place to live,
This is an
if a
interesting
little
point, no?
inconvenient.
Imagine telling people that you live in Point.
Number 3,
Province.
4 corners, 4 states.
Fun.
Well, how can you be in 4 places at once?
Yeah.
Unless you're on a sci-fi show, that would seem like an impossibility.
Yes.
But you can do this in the US. Just head over to 4 Corners, a rare area in America where 4 states meet. Southeast Utah, Northeast Arizona, Southwest Colorado, and Northwest New Mexico intersect in a right angle.
So
Thankfully,
they have
no
the shape
strange
of
anomalies occur at this spot,
perpendicular.
so don't expect any aliens. If you head to 4 Corners, feel free to tell your friends you visited those 4 states.
At once.
at the same time.
Number 2, border states. Now, 2 states in the U.S. don't share borders with any other U.S. states. Do you know which ones? If you thought of Hawaii and Alaska, you're right. Those 2 states might be rather lonely, though Alaska
Right.
does have a neighbor. This is a big difference from Missouri and Tennessee, each with a whopping 8 neighboring states. Missouri is surrounded by Iowa, Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Nebraska. Tennessee
many
is surrounded
neighbors.
by Kentucky, Virginia, North Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, and Missouri. Missouri and Tennessee sound like rather cozy locations. Number 1. Texas is bigger than you can imagine.
Oh, really?
Now, in New York City, the city stretches upward to make room for the 8.6 million inhabitants. If the world's population lived in such a condensed manner, they would only cover 250,404 square miles. Since Texas is 268,597 square miles, it means that, hypothetically speaking, the world's population of 7.53 billion people could all fit in the state of
It
Texas.
will be called
That's
hell
seriously
then.
impressive for one state. Though it might be a bit crowded,
A bit.
Texas
A bit.
would be a prime spot for holding the world's future reunions. So, tell us, Brightsiders.
So the best part about this video is the last part, wherein they keep the best for the last, and the point wherein they said that the whole world can fit into Texas is itself hypothetical, of course, but then still, if you imagine it, I can't even imagine, because imagine so many cultures, so many different languages, people speaking, and then all of them coming to one single place and hitting their heads to each other. It would be really, I mean, it's unimaginable. But yes, I just got to know that Texas is that big, and that point wherein you can be at the same place in the same time.
At
4
4 places.
places at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's again something I want to do, and I want to boost it in front of my friends that I can do this. Can you do this? And they'll be like, how come?
Yes, and even the distance between Alaska and Russia. So it was like, okay, you can travel between US and Russia, because we only knew that, okay, Russia is on top of Asia. So,
Yeah.
and US is all like side by, all on that side. And if you have to travel from India to US, I think so it takes about 18 to 20 hours. So
22 hours, yeah.
yeah, so by flight it is that long, it is that tiring, but if you want to go to Russia from US, it is so easy to go, even though it feels like too long of a journey. But yes, Moscow to US would be very big. And also the other thing was like that mount part, I don't remember the name, mountain part, that was the highest peak, Mount Kauna or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was so big, and I did not know anything about it. Like, okay, like Mount Everest is the biggest mountain above the sea level.
And it's a volcano too, right?
Yeah, and also the thing is, it's a dormant volcano. It should remain dormant only.
Right.
And the thing was like, it is submerged underwater. It is very scary to see that. Like, if you somewhere go near to it, then you see a mountain, and there is a lot of it underneath it also.
Yeah.
So it is very scary to think about it. So it was a very interesting video and very knowledgeable video to see. So what do you guys feel about it? Do let us know in the comment section below. So do like, share, and
And subscribe.
bye.